Hey everyone, I just want to thank everyone for their amazing comments on my last video about the new owner and the Conjuring House where I lived at for approximately a year with the Heinzens, and I was alone off and on. I just want to thank you all. I almost took the video down several times. I was afraid of comments and the whole situation, but it had weighed on my mind for some time now, and I just had to get it out. If you haven't seen the original video, please watch it before this one so you know what's going on. For people who are just joining or just watching this video, the last video is kind of about what I went through at the Conjuring House and similar things that the new owner's going through at the moment. I believe that last video made a huge difference for the good. I believe a lot of good has come from that last video. Friendships have been rekindled, and forgiveness and nothing but positive has came from this video. I wasn't sure how the responses would be, but I am blown away by everyone's kindness. I just want to say thank you all for your amazing messages and kindness. Once again, if you're new here, my name is John Huntington. I lived at the Conjuring House for about a year, sometimes alone for about a month at a time during the pandemic. I've been doing the paranormal a long time. But anyways, enough about me. This video is some reasons that the new owner may be stressed out and experiencing what she is experiencing. It is it's a very stressful place to live. It's not all bad, don't get me wrong. A lot of wonderful things came out of the house, friendships and things like that. But some of these things can stress you out and lead to just you getting stressed and acting weird, not only with paranormal, but just all these things that I went through, this Corey's gone through, and others as well. Here are some reasons why I think the new owner may be acting the way she is. It may be mental, but what I've heard is she's changed in similar ways that I changed staying too long at the Conjuring House. I know it took me quite a while to get back to my old self when I moved to the Conjuring House. I don't know exactly how long, but basically I hated everybody. I blocked everybody. All the people from the Sleepless Unrest movie, I blocked all of them. Just was upset and wasn't myself. But anyways, I knew the new owner has said things and done things to people that aren't right. I don't know the whole story. I don't know behind the story. I don't know exactly what happened, but I know there's a lot of stuff out there saying she's done a lot of bad things. I don't agree with some of the things she's said and done, but can you imagine? I can't imagine having all these big name paranormal people just talking about you the way they are. I know maybe she deserves it, but I don't know how I would handle that. That would be enough to make me go crazy. Now, a lot of good things came from the house, obviously, like I said before. So in my next video I will talk about some of the really good things that came out of the house and experiences at the house. Friendships and things like that. Nothing all bad. It's not all bad at the house. So here's some reasons that I feel that will make you go nuts at the Conjuring House, besides the whatever you're hearing in your head and paranormal stuff, which, you know, is enough to drive anybody crazy. But so I have videos out there on TikTok and Facebook Reels and all that stuff. I think I might have them on YouTube. I don't know. But there's times when trespassers would come at all hours of the night, and I know it's a lot to take on sometimes. You never know what you're going to run into. You don't know how these people are going to react. Like sometimes they're violent, sometimes, you know, they just want to take a picture or something like that, which isn't bad. But when you're dealing with it day to day, it can really get to you. I actually have a video on TikTok where I'm by myself, it's the middle of the night. I was about to do a live stream, so I used to do some live streams from there. And all of a sudden this van pulls up, and like 10 people get out of it. And it's all kids, I think, teenagers. All have lights on their head, and I'm like, oh my God, like what is gonna happen? This happened live, like I caught it live. And luckily I went outside with a flashlight and they just took off. But That's 10 people. Like, what? I mean, you could call the cops or whatever, but 10 people show up. What are you gonna do? You know, you might have it on film, but it'd be kind of stressful just sitting there waiting for stuff to happen, watching the monitors, and we had motion things that would go off too, and would alert you of somebody being there, and you'd be like sleeping, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh my god, like the noise would go off, and you have to look at the cameras, and then you'll see somebody pull in, or most of the time you just flash the light at them, they leave. But sometimes they wouldn't. You'd have to go out and yell at them, or, you know, tell them to come back when it's not 2 in the morning. You know. But it also could be very entertaining watching the crazy stuff that people do. I know myself and Jen Hines and Corey, sometimes we sit there and just watch and be like shaking our heads like, what are these people thinking, you know? But there was always somebody at the house. I was there alone a lot, but there was always somebody there. It was hardly ever no one at the house to watch it. I kind of tend to attract paranormal stuff for some odd reason. I hope it never stops because I do enjoy it. And I do have tons of videos out there, spare box stuff, EVPs, just crazy stuff I've captured over the years, if you want to check those out. But at night, I would try to sleep in the house. Things would kind of happen like right when I was about to fall asleep. Mostly noises and stuff like that. Yeah, like voices and noises would happen. I would sleep in the, for most of the time I was there, I slept on the couch next to the door. Because I felt like that, it was a comfy couch to be honest, but I did feel safe being right by the door. And later on I slept, there was like a loft area that you pulled down, and I would sleep up in there. Then Corey and Jen started sleeping up there as well, and kind of turned into a room. So definitely a lack of sleep will mess with your head when you're just jumping at every sound you hear, and you're up all night. A lot of times myself and Bill Brock or Corey would sleep a lot during the day, because at night it would be active and people would show up, and the only safe time usually would be in the morning. Or if somebody's investigating all night, they'll come in and ask you questions like the whole night, you know, show their evidence or want you to investigate with them. And the next day you gotta get up and you gotta clean the house, you know, before the next people come in. Especially during the pandemic, you had to sanitize everything. Top to bottom, sanitize everything, clean the beds, you know, and I would usually get done just before the next person would come in. So, but anyways, it was it's pretty stressful. In other words, and it's a beautiful place, so that helps. Like, you could go outside and it's just, you know, beautiful scenery, it's close to everything. But I'm just trying to list things that could be stressful and could affect you if you stay there too long. And this doesn't include the business part of it, like whatever, you know, I didn't deal with any of that. I mean, I had collected like people's money and stuff like that, and dealt with people, but I didn't have to figure out the money or anything like that. So I won't get into pay or anything like that, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, because I stayed there. I basically stayed there as friend with Corey and Jen, so I didn't really expect to get paid. So, and like dating, if you're living at the Conjuring House, it's not easy. Like, sure, maybe easier to meet people, but you're sitting there in the back of your mind, are these people using you, or are they really my friend, or are they just trying to get in the Conjuring House? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. It was really hard. And then of course people think you're absolutely crazy, so that would stress you out. You'd be like, you know, nobody's ever gonna want to date me because they think I'm nuts because I'm living at the Conjuring House. I'm sure stuff like that can mess with her mind or anybody's mind, because you're just sitting there wondering, like, are these people really your friend, or are they trying to get in the house, or stuff like that. That will mess with your head. So the owner could be going through similar things. I know paranormal wise, like I said in my last video, there's things that would tell me to hurt myself, and you know, that nobody's gonna even remember you unless you hurt you off yourself. Things like that. I mean, it does happen. It's very strange. You know, I'd have nightmares, and yeah, I wouldn't tell anybody because they think I was crazy. So I think I mentioned it to one of the guys on Sleepless Unrest about it. He wanted to make a video about it, but I didn't. I just didn't want anybody to know at the time. I was lucky to have the Heinzens tell me when I was changing and how I was changing and how I needed a timeout from the house. They could tell. I couldn't really tell. I was kind of upset that I had to leave. Like I said, I kind of grew attached to the house, or attached to me, and I didn't want to leave the house. But I did, and it was probably a good thing. So I don't know what could have happened. I don't know what could have happened to me in the end if I would have stayed any longer. I don't know what could happen or to the owner if she stays any longer. She sounds like she's going through a lot of summer things. I actually wish I could go to the house and talk to her about it, but I tried to message her. I'm sure she has a million messages and she's never gotten back. I know before she bought the house, I actually tried to friend request her, but she didn't accept it. And for some reason, I got blocked from the Conjuring House page, like right off the bat. So I don't know what I did or anything, but those are some things. I'm sure there's more that I could list that could drive you crazy, spending too much time. You're kind of secluded, but you do meet a lot of groups, which also can be pretty stressful. And I remember, doing tours and stuff like that can be stressful because, if you don't get the history right, they're gonna let you know, and they're gonna tell everybody you fucked up on the history. So that's one thing I did not like doing the tours, because I was really bad at remembering the history. Like, I should have just printed something out and walked around with it, because I was really bad at that. But that can stress you out, getting the history wrong, and then somebody, posts all over social media, you did it wrong or whatever. It's always these worries in the back of your head. And then I can't imagine dealing with several employees of the house, because when I was there, they had no employees at the house at all. They just had like me or Bill to watch over the house when they weren't there. And when they were there, they would do all the tours and everything themselves. So I can't imagine taking on all that responsibility. How many employees does she have? Like 10 at one point? Like, I don't know. Trying to juggle all that would make you go nuts. Or, maybe it's not all the stuff I'm talking about. Maybe she's just doing it for attention. I don't know. But what I experienced there changed me. Towards the end, I became a different person, and I'm glad, very glad, that they let me go when they did. I would definitely go back, and I would just, be careful. I wouldn't stay there for months at a time alone again, for sure. A lot of stuff would happen there that I didn't even put out. I didn't have on video. But I was recording quite a bit. We had DVRs, and I would do investigations myself when I was bored, because I love ghost hunting. But yeah, I captured some crazy stuff there. Probably the most evidence anybody's ever captured at the house. And a lot of it I captured live. So, but anyways, so staying at the house wasn't all bad or all drama all the time. A lot of the great things came out of it, which I will talk in my next video next week. I hope you will join me in next week's video. Thank you for watching. God bless. Thank you for watching. God bless you. Bless the owner of the Conjuring House, and bless the Conjuring House. And I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all for watching. I never get this many views on anything. So this is coming from my heart, and I hope all this blows over soon, and maybe we can all just go to the house or go away from the house, one or the other. But anyways, thank you for watching, and God bless you.